Alright, hell yeah. So this session and this surf was really good. So this was almost one of the best ones. And we have that paddle in the front, and that's pulling up on the floor. And so what that is doing is giving a profile on that front that has nothing, it's cupped. And so it's kind of paddle cat-like on that front. And that's one of the features of the RMR Thundercloud that does really well. And hell yeah, maybe even the Sotar Merlin. I've not paddled that, but hell yeah. And so let's take a look at this one again. Is that we're able to, one, even stay on the surf, and it feels like it's driving back in. So like, I think it's this next one. We almost get pieced out, and then maybe this right here, we're able to jump to the bow, and then that dropped back in. And so let's take a look at that. So we're kind of getting pieced out. I'm able to shift. Now, shifting sucks too, because like if I shift forward, the boat just goes back out. So unless it's putting the boat onto a new surface, like a new angled surface, that helps like teeter-totter the boat back in, that's your only chance. You know what I mean? Like, and if you leaned right here and the whole boat is so heavy that it's teeter-tottering back out, you're not catching it. But the fact that you could have progression in this rocker, and by pulling up on the floor, I do have just a little bit more rocker progression. And so I'm going to credit that. And it dropped right in. And so I think that's one aspect of R1 design that, you know, you can be like, hey, that's a good design. And so that's, you know, kind of more paddle cat. It doesn't even have to be paddle cat. You could still have your floor protruded, but for sure just high progression of rocker in the front. I actually never thought of that it doesn't really matter if your floor is protruded, I don't think, just higher progression. And so when you do have this kind of getting pieced out, you can jump to the bow and then keep that progression dropping in. And so hell yeah, so that was a really good one. And yeah, in this clip, did we actually drop in twice? And then even just these little ones right there. So I think that really shows. And then that, like where this paddle is, my floor is protruded, and you don't get the same dynamic. We didn't do the same surfs, but for sure it wasn't as forgiving. So hell yeah. So let's count all the locations where I feel like that kind of surfed in. So even just right there, nice and stable, you know, we didn't get pushed out. And so like right here, nice and stable, don't get pushed out. Hey, it does ride up, but that was the first one. We're able to jump to that progressive rocker. There's a protruded portion. We're able to spin on that. Another one. Well, yeah, that dropped in. And then hell yeah. So yeah, I guess it was just that one time that really dropped in that rocker. Let's see. That time did it subtly, but that was more just kind of where we were. So hell yeah. So here is kind of the highlight. We're getting pieced out, and then we're able to drop that in, and that felt real good. All right, so hell yeah. I like to experiment with that R1 design. And I mean, I'm doing it at the wave. You know what I mean? I'm lifting up and cupping that front surface, and I'm getting to test the hard point and the longer, like the floor protrudes all the way out to here. It definitely grips and spins. You know, at one point we're able to actually spin this. Like right here, it's going to grip, and then we're able to use that momentum to spin around, and then we're able to drop that surface in. So that's kind of the asymmetric design. All right, hell yeah, let's look at this. Let's watch this one more time all the way through, and that's it. Thanks for joining me. But yeah, where I have that paddle, I'm doing it at the wave, and so it's at least, I'll keep doing it. You know what I mean? For sure. It's cool to have the asymmetric design, and it's cool to kind of test that. And yeah, if that drops in, that is a bonus. All right, hell yeah.